To the Board of Governors, teachers, parents, and fellow students, good morning. I'm honored to be able to speak in front of you all on this glorious, glorious day. I feel so happy, blessed, to have been given this opportunity to grow and thrive at this school.
That was really formal. We had there to be a couple of them back there doing the rocks. So let me try this again, okay? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, important people, non-important people, parents, grandparents, the people who taught us over the last couple of years, and students at Stratford Hall. You have no idea how hard it was to write this speech without a rubric.
It's true. When Dr. McConnell, Mr. Smith, and the grad class of 2014 gave us the opportunity to do a speech here, the first thing we legitimately thought of was, do we get a rubric?
Wow, do we ever need to get out of IB?
Well, it turned out we didn't get a rubric, so as good IB students, we made our own. Criterion A, thank yous.
Criterion B, level of comedy.
Criterion C, level of inspiration.
Criterion D, organization.
So, if everyone could take out their pens and note down some constructive criticism, we'd love to take your thoughts into consideration. But we, once again, as good IB students, are going to write a reflection after this.
And then we'll upload it on Managed so all of you can see it.
So let's begin.
Firstly, we'd like to thank our parents, because without them, we would not be here today. Literally.
That's so gross. So unnecessary. Anyways, parents, you've helped us through our toughest times, supported us when we needed it most, cooked, cleaned, drove us places, cheered us on in our activities, hugged us sometimes, told us you love us.
And somehow, at the same time, you were able to work super hard at your own job, raise families, pay tuition fees, and bend over backwards to make sure that we were always happy and cared for.
So in summary, parents, you're pretty awesome.
Thank you so much for everything you do for us, and so much more. It's impossible to adequately express our gratitude. We cannot put into words how much you've helped us grow as individuals. I hope you believe that all the hard work and effort you put into us was worth it.
Wait, what do you mean? I hope you think it was worth it. Of course it was worth it. But seriously, let's give our parents a huge round of applause.
We'd now like to address the future graduating classes of Stratford Hall, who maybe one day have the potential to be as awesome as we are. So, future graduating classes, we'd like to leave you guys with some words of wisdom. But first, we'll start by thanking you.
Personally, the moment I knew you guys actually had an impact on our lives was when the new building was open and you guys moved in. And I remember thinking at lunchtime, it's kind of quiet and boring without all these rowdy grade 10s. And so I don't think the DP students will admit it, or me, but maybe we miss you.
Just a little bit. We want to thank you for participating in all our school spirit events with such enthusiasm, and we encourage you to keep that spirit up for years to come. We thank you for making Stratford Hall such a tight-knit community, and for building the community spirit that makes Stratford Hall so special.
So there's your thank you. Don't get too excited. Don't blush, it's fine. Anyways, now to the advice. I know this is what you've all been waiting for. To hear the advice from the great, wise, and all-around legendary grade 12s. So number 1, procrastinate as much as possible. Number 2, don't sleep, not necessary, don't need to. Number 3, don't go to your teachers for advice. Okay, no.
Alright, I think you're reading the wrong page. That's what not to do.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, never procrastinate, always get enough sleep, go sleep at 8 p.m., who cares? And always go to your teachers for advice.
And your great most important part, Ari, believe in yourself. Believe that you can actually succeed in this program, because believe it or not, it's kind of difficult.
I mean, with the IAs and the EE and the HI, all the 2-letter acronyms in this program, and then on top of that, you have the 3-letter acronyms, like TOK and CATS, plus having a life outside of school, you're going to be stressed out. But it's about finding that balance between work and play, and this balance is what I think makes this graduating class of 2014 so special.
Speaking of the graduating class of 2014, most of you in this room know us as the coolest grade 12 class ever. And yes, that is correct. You may know that some of us have been together since kindergarten.
And although maybe you remember us as being much cuter, Karina and I are still as cute as ever.
Our grade is comprised of students who have been here from junior kindergarten to those who just came last year. We are made up of students from various backgrounds who embody the IB character traits.
Some teachers would say that we are a very well-balanced class, and I would have to agree. Not only do we have students in various IB courses, so we're balanced academically, but many of our classmates are involved and successful in extracurricular activities.
Some of these activities include playing ultimate at the provincial level, competing in regional dance competitions, playing baseball at the provincial level, and competing in karate at the national level.
And we did this all while completing the IB program. We're so cool. So grade 8 to 11 students, maybe take some notes, for you.
Oh, and Ari, how can we forget? We also had the best arts week dance ever.
Yes, we challenged the future grade 12s, or anyone in between, to come up with a better dance routine than ours.
Alright, so we thank the parents and the students. And now we need a really smooth transition to the next subject.
Like something the shepherd would be really proud of. Something that would get sparks for Criterion D.
Well, I think it's been pretty funny and inspiring so far, but I don't have a transition. I do have a critical thinking phrase though.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay, ready for this? Mr. Brogan, this is a good one. It would be spurious to conclude this speech without thanking our teachers.
So now, in case you didn't already realize this, the teachers at Stratford Hall are not your typical teachers. Thank you for holding our hands, not literally, don't worry, through this process and teaching us the skills that we will need to embrace our futures. Thank you for going camping with us, traveling around the world with us, and teaching us or coaching us in our sports.
Thank you for so unselfishly sharing your time, talent, and knowledge with us. Yes, we know it was your job, but what you did went beyond the call of duty. You demanded excellence from us, whether we wanted to give it or not. You set the bar high and challenged us. And we're here because of you today. We will never forget everything you've done for us.
Another thing that makes our Stratford Hall teachers not your typical teachers are the funny things they do.
Ari, should we really embarrass them in front of all these people?
It's not even that I want to, it's just for Criterion B, you need to.
I guess so. Looks like the IB's working against them in this one. So which teacher should we start with?
Well, I was thinking that we could do this game where, I would give you some hints, and then you could guess the teacher that
Okay, yeah, that works.
Failure.
Mr. Smith.
Funny orange dance.
Mr. Smith.
Saying something to a 1-minute speech, and it turned into a 20-minute presentation.
Mr. Smith.
But in all seriousness, Mr. Smith, you're a great head of VP. Thank you so much. Round of applause.
Mr. Smith, you've always been a source of inspiration for us, and we will never forget you. You've always been there for us, you have listened to us, you've encouraged us, supported us, and guided us. You're much more than the director of the senior school. You are a mentor, a leader, and a role model. For this, and for everything else you've done for us, on behalf of the class of 2014, we thank you.
So now we should move on to thank other teachers. Like Ms. Shepherd, thank you for teaching us how to dance.
I think the parents kind of look confused. I don't think they know the famous Miss Shepherd's dance that we learned 2 years ago. I think you should show them, Ari. Go
We would also like to thank our math teachers, Mr. Campanella for bringing us some 3.1415, or pi, on the last day of classes, and for Ms. Gillette for teaching us that slope was red ever running.
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler, for teaching us the dice game and letting us play that during math.
Thank you to Ms. Kelly for introducing us to the teacher stash and always having something sweet.
Gracias to Señorita Herrera for letting us be dinosaurs and for some students teaching us Espanol. I will always remember the preposition song. Dentro encima No, we learned this in grade 4, but we remember it like it was yesterday.
Thank you to Ms. Reese, who I don't think is here today, but Ms. Reese and Mr. Brogan for bringing Ultimate Frisbee to our school and taking us down to spring ring for the first time ever. Thank you to Mr. Nastead, Mr. Brogan, Mr. Nishi, Mr. Caminella, and all the other teachers that have not only kept Ultimate Frisbee alive in the school, but allowed it to thrive.
Finally, we would like to thank our head of school, Dr. McConnell, whose vision and leadership has made Stratford Hall the amazing school it is today.
I just thought I would put in a personal story here where I remember in kindergarten I got in trouble, probably for being the gangster I was in kindergarten. And I was so scared I had to go into his office and it was just so intimidating. And now I'm just going there, to talk to him sometimes. So it's just nice to, we're finally friends and he's not mad at me.
Dr. McConnell, after working with you so closely during this past year, I've come to realize why Stratford Hall is such a unique and inspiring place. It is because of your leadership, your creativity, and your passion. On behalf of the class of 2014, Dr. McConnell, we thank you for everything you have done for us and for making our experience here so memorable. From shaking our hands in the morning to being available to talk to us about life, it has been a privilege to have you as our head of school.
We'd just like to, thank all the teachers and staff who have helped us and taught us over the years. If we were to thank each and every one of you individually, our speech would be much too long, and it is already much too long. So we just want you to know that we really appreciate everything you have done for us, and you have made a difference in our lives. So now, class of 2014, there's only one group of people love to talk about. That's us.
To the class of 2014, I think the typical line is, we did it. But we did so much more than just it. We completed the IB program. We wrote 15 papers over 3 weeks. We studied hard. We analyzed Keats's poetry. We conducted multiple science labs. We learned to find the derivative and then go back to find the integral.
We learned Deng Xiaoping was 5 feet tall, and that Joseph Stalin employed very ugly people to work in his government so he would look more handsome. We also learned that the statute of Westminster was actually pretty important and not as boring as it sounds.
And now we have all this random information in our brains. But through the process of learning all these facts, names, dates, equations, and literary terms, we picked up on some important skills. Skills like analysis, synthesis, and evaluation.
Those words sound really familiar.
Well, they're straight from the IB rubric, sorry. But anyways, to say that we've simply done it would be a huge understatement. I'm proud to call every one of you a member of my class, the class of 2014. We have been a part of each other's lives for the past 4, 8, and for some 13 years. And today, in one single day, we finally move on. But let us not forget about each other. We will always have this special connection, and we will always be part of the Stratford Hall community. No matter where we go or what we do, there will be challenges ahead of us. What I'm asking from each of you, and from myself, is to meet those challenges straight on, with your head held high and your heart wide open. It's not enough to simply try to get by in life. That doesn't move the world forward. You must try to excel in everything you do. Strive for excellence in every task, small or large.
So now, if there's anything we want to leave with you, class of 2014, and parents and students in the audience, and there's people at the back, I don't know what they're doing right now. Anyways, is to never forget to be awesome. Although it's a silly movie, I like to bring up the movie Step Brothers with Will Ferrell. There's a scene in the movie where Will Ferrell's stepdad is telling him how he used to love to act like a dinosaur. He would go around the house with his arms in his sleeves, he'd be roaring and knocking over furniture, and it's alright because he's like a baby and it's fine. But he would continue to do this when he was a teenager, and his parents finally said, you have to grow up, you can't keep being a dinosaur. And I was telling Will, now that he's much older, that he's actually forgotten how to be a dinosaur. And now, of course, you can't really forget how to be a dinosaur. But the main message that I got from that, and that I'm trying to share with you guys, is never forget your dinosaur. Your dinosaur is something that makes you unique. Don't lose or forget what makes you unique. Don't lose or forget what makes you unique. Don't forget to be yourself, to strive towards your dreams, and always push yourself to be the very best version of yourself. Yes, life will get hard and messy, and sometimes you'll just want to give up and cry and have a movie marathon and eat lots of junk food, but don't too much. It's those hard, difficult times that really test your character. Those are the times when you can show what you're really made of. So, I didn't actually know we were going to talk about past yesterday, but this quotation fits perfectly in there. Ellen DeGeneres once said, follow your passion, stay true to yourself, never follow someone else's path, unless you're in the woods and you're lost. And you see a path, then by all means take that one.
So, that brings us almost to the end of our speech. Well, alright, I think you did a pretty good job. I think we might get 6 or 7. What do you think?
Yeah, good use of direct quotations.
I really integrated them well.
I just, we're doing videography now. It's such a pain.
Anyways, for all out of advice and inspiration, we just have a couple of more words for you.
We'd just like to hope that, class of 2014, you make tons and tons of friends in college or university or whatever you choose to do after today. But maybe, just maybe, don't forget about us.
Stay in touch, come to the grad reunions, and maybe once in a while, hang out with each other.
Because it would be a shame to waste these friendships after so long. And, as Robert Bloch said, friendship is like peeing on yourself. Everyone can see it, but only you get the one you experience.
Class of 2014, the world lies at our feet today. There are no limits except the ones we place on ourselves. The future is not a distant reality anymore. It begins here, it begins today. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Great speech.